So I've been slacking. I am definitely trying something new today, so we will see how it goes. As you can see, I have a headset to see if that will mitigate some of the audio issues that I've been dealing with. We will see. If it doesn't, that sucks. Today, I am going to listen to something that I am long overdue to listen to, and that is BandMaid. I have never heard them. Thank you. Here's your shout out, Roger Chance 3902. I hope that that was your name. I'm pretty sure it was, but I will put the comments in as well. But yeah, um, I heard a little bit after reading that comment. I did look into it. I'm not sure the backstory of the band. I just heard that it is kind of similar to how baby metal is, very flashy, dressy, specific style of music that is unique to itself. So I have no pre-existing bias. I don't know what this is going to be. It could be great. It could be terrible. I could enjoy this. I could absolutely hate this. I'm not sure yet. So we're going to go with the suggested Shambles official live video. It's probably going to put a commercial. It doesn't look like it will. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go full screen for this. I am using a computer this time, not a phone. Very exciting. But yeah, 5 minutes, 14 seconds, and I feel like I'm about to go on a journey. We will see. Okay. Drums sound good so far. I like that it's... Hold on, I have to turn my audio up. Alright. I do like that they started front and center with the drums, because drums are always my favorite part. Like, if I had to choose an instrument to try, it would be drums. I played them once, but not very well. Alright, that bass sounds nice. I don't know why, but that immediately made me think of Green Day with that electric. Okay. Instrumentally, I mean, it sounds great so far. I'm very curious as to what the vocals may sound like. If there are any, that is. Okay. Where is this gonna go? That's great. So I definitely like... Okay, one, I'm glad there's no vocals, I'll be honest right now. Like, I'm very happy that there's no vocals. I'll give it a chance. Okay, I'm kind of vibing with this. I'm surprised. I don't usually like female vocalists that much, but she has a strong voice in a very good way. And I would say that, you know, I'm happy that it's not the stereotypical style of vocals. It sounds very sultry. And I almost want to say, I can't remember the name of the band, Dorothy? The band Dorothy is kind of what this reminds me of right now. Vocally, at least. Instrumentally, significantly better though. I was waiting for it. I'm like, I know there has to be some type of guitar solo. It sounds sweet though. It also helps that there are lyrics that I can read. This is a bop. Like, I actually genuinely like this. Alright, so one. I'll let it finish, hold on. Okay. A lot better than I was expecting. I didn't really have like an idea of what this would be, considering my only basis would be something like baby metal. And I like baby metal, don't get me wrong, but the high pitch standard typical expectation of what a female vocalist should sound like in this style of music was what I was expecting. I guess that would be like my only thought as to what this may have been. So I'm very happy that she has more of a deeper, sultry voice. And like I said, it kind of reminds me of the band Dorothy, which I guess the only way that I can relate the two is that it has that like old, I don't want to say old style, but it just reminds me of older music. If you ever heard the song Black Betty, like that was the first one I heard by Dorothy, and that similar style is what I kind of gather here. I know that that's a cover song, not an original, but I'm saying that the actual instrumentals were more, I don't know what that would be called. I don't know the subgenre of that. I guess would be just like it just reminds me of motorcycle music is what Black Betty reminds me of, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. So when we got into the vocals, I wasn't sure if it was just going to be an instrumental only band because there was a lot of instrumental lead up. I was like 50-50 on hoping that it would be because the instrumental sounded great. And sometimes with female vocalists, they make or break a band. That could be with any, but specifically, I find that female vocals in this type of music tend to have a more distinct sound that can affect the music in a higher degree than most male vocalists. Because most male vocalists have a similar tone, whereas females can be all over in the range to the point where it can be unpleasant. That is a personal opinion. Is it right? Is it wrong? There is no right or wrong. It's just a personal opinion because I don't typically have a fondness for female vocalists. There are a few, like I like Lauren Babick. I respect Tatiana from Ginger, but I don't really like Ginger, I'll be honest. I respect Courtney from Spirit Box. I'm not a huge fan of all of their songs because I feel like after a while it starts to sound the same. But I respect that they can sing. I will never say that they cannot sing. It's just that it's not my particular niche of music. Like I have specific music that I like, and that is not always within my wheelhouse. Some songs, yes. This, especially like going into the vocals, um, when it first started, I was 50-50 on this. Like, I don't know what that sound effect is on the microphone, but it's kind of like that, like when you talk into a box fan, that like, I don't want to say crunchy. I'm trying to put thoughts to words, but that's just specific microphone sound if you listen to it. Like it's clearly her voice, but there's like a specific sound effect on it that I can't pinpoint that sounds like that. I wish I could figure out what I'm trying to say. But yeah, the only thing I can compare it to is talking into a box fan, like just that robotic almost sound that overlays on her vocals. Only in the beginning though. It seems like it goes away after it continues. Especially listening with headphones, it's a lot better. I also like that they really look like they're enjoying what they're doing, so they have a decent stage presence. I mean, there's not a whole lot of crazy theatrics, but they stay composed. They're very well formed and focused, but also show that they're enjoying what they're doing. What is that? It's gonna drive me crazy. I don't know what it's called. Um, it just reminded me of that witch band in Scooby Doo. That's kind of what that reminded me of too. And that is not an insult because that was actually some pretty good music back in the day. Um, yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by it. I think that lyrically being able to read it was very helpful because clearly I am not adept in other languages, but being able to see it, gives a better understanding of the purpose of the song. I think that my expectation also, because when I looked up the band, there was a lot of talk about the costumes. So I really was sincerely expecting a different style of clothing. And I'm pleasantly surprised that it's more conservative because they look like amazing. I don't know, it's almost like a gothic style mixed with a just badassery, really. Like witchy, gothic, but also sexy, I guess, but in a sultry, more modest way. And it's very, very interesting because the first thing that came up, oh, I pressed the button, dumb. The first thing that came up when I looked it up was BandMaid controversy. And I'm like, I'm not going to click that because I don't want to know. It's not my business to go digging into things like that, especially before I've even listened to a song by them. I wanted to kind of go into it fresh and just get an idea of what it sounded like. So from here, definitely something I intend to look further into. Um, Based on one song, I can't assess a whole band. I can't say that I like it or dislike it because there are plenty of songs that could be great. There could be songs that I don't like. But on a first listen, it definitely intrigues me and makes me want to try out more songs. So I think for that aspect, it's good. I can't say either direction whether it's something that is great yet, but definitely it's good. I respect their ability as musicians. They definitely know what they're doing. And from a listener perspective, not a musician perspective, it sounded very precise. So it sounded like they were well composed. They were properly putting things in places where it belongs. Whereas I've listened to music from other artists in my own listening experience where things just don't quite align and it kind of takes away from the song. This seemed pretty standard structure. There was nothing I would say substantially profound about it that makes me want to say, oh my goodness, this is the best thing I've ever listened to. But for what it is, and for it being live, that is something that I definitely take into consideration. And yeah, I mean, I'll definitely listen to more just to see if I like it. There might be another reaction. I might just listen privately. That's okay either way. But yeah, it was a good suggestion, and I thank you, Roger Chance. So thanks for that. That was better than expected. And hopefully, as I listen to more, I continue to have it grow on me. Um, yeah, quick, short, to the point. Other than that, I just hope you have a great night and bye.